It's time for Living with Victory, a program of hope and encouragement brought to you by friends of compassion and listeners like you. Now, here are your hosts, Tony and Laureen Giorgio, with today's message of perseverance.
Jesus is with me when the storm clouds gather, when the winds of this world are blowing strong.
Good morning, this is Tony Giorgio. Welcome to Living with Victory, proving life isn't about waiting for the storms to pass. It's about learning to dance in the rain, giving you peace, power, and joy through persevering and faith, above all, in Jesus Christ. You can help a family with a seriously ill child traveling frequently to hospital clinics for treatment by donating to our Fuel for Life program to help pay gas expenses. According to several social workers, families are missing appointments due to high cost of gas. Compassion Children's Foundation, our children's ministry, is working with children's hospitals within the sound of my voice. And if you need further information, just log on to our website, livingwithvictory.org. And later on, our announcer, Tim Hodges, will have additional contact information. And if you'd like, you can also call us at 828-926-4600. Now, I would love to introduce my wonderful sidekick of the last 46 years. Just recently, we celebrated that 46th year. My wife, Laureen, who has the word of the day and the topic. Hey, Laureen, how you doing?
Hi, I'm very happy to be here, and I'm happy that you have chosen to join us today. This is Matthew 14:23 through 32, and it is from the Amplified Bible. This topic is about walking on the water with Jesus. And after he had dismissed the multitudes, he went up into the hills by himself to pray. When it was evening, he was still there alone. But the boat was by this time out on the sea, many furlongs distant from the land, where the wind was really against them. And in the fourth watch, between 3 and 6 a.m. of the night, Jesus came to them walking on the sea. And when the disciples saw him walking on the sea, they were terrified, and they said, "It is a ghost." And they screamed out with fright. But instantly he spoke to them, saying, "Take courage, I am. Stop being afraid." And Peter answered him, "Lord, if it is you, command me to come to you on the water." He said, "Come." So Peter got out of the boat and walked on the water, and he came toward Jesus. But when he perceived and felt the strong wind, he was frightened. And as he began to sink, he cried out, "Lord, save me from death." Instantly Jesus reached out his hand and caught him and held him up, saying to him, "O you of little faith, why did you doubt?" And when they got into the boat, the wind ceased. Peter was fine until he looked at his problem. Then he became afraid of losing his life and began to sink. And that I think we can all attest to. When we take our eyes off of Christ and we begin to look at the problems around us, pressing in on us, fear sets in, and we just don't know what to do. We start going off in every direction. The problems start to overtake us. Many things cause us to take our eyes off Jesus. We don't want to wait for his timing. Self-will, pride, selfishness, a wrong motive. But we all have done it, and we all have been there. Right, Tony?
Oh, there's no doubt about it. And I'll tell you what sticks in my mind is the wrong motives, for doing things. I'll go back, I guess, to when we bought the restaurant.
Exactly.
And we wanted that restaurant because financially we needed the money. We needed to make a big success at an early age. We were going to be entrepreneurs,
Oh, yes.
We ventured forth, and you may have heard this story before, but we found the restaurant. We were going after it, and it was, this is what we want. And we were looking around. A lot of times you don't get the voice as clearly as you think as we're speaking to each other.
Or you think it should be.
Or it should be. Yeah, the burning bush theory. But he'll tell you, I mean, we were looking at this hamburger joint that was defunct and an old franchise, and we were going to buy it out. Now, some of you are going to recognize the name of the franchise that we came in contact with. It was called Carvel Ice Creams.
Well, the thing is, I guess we thought we knew better than God.
Yes, at that point, yes. Young and foolish.
Right, but at that point, the reason why we were hesitant with the Carvel was because it was seasonal. It wasn't year-round.
Well, what are we going to do in the wintertime? Well, stupid, you wouldn't have to do anything with a Carvel ice cream store.
Now, of course, as we know better now, because it's been many years and a history with God, we couldn't figure out then that God knew what he was doing and that he would take care of the rest of the year.
I mean, yeah, but you know, he smacked us in the face with the Carvel. The opportunity to buy a Carvel store back then was exactly the same amount of investment as that defunct hamburger joint. And here it had the brand name, it had the marketing, and they were going to pay us a percentage of all the sales plus what we made in our own salaries. Think of that. Okay, he smacked us in the face with it. Here, children.
But when your eyes are deceived because your self-will and you want what you want, we sometimes think we know better than God.
Oh, yeah.
Because we see this and we determine this is the best way to go.
Right.
But we don't see the whole picture.
Well, see, you know, the whole picture would have been, number one, we had an attorney who was a part-time Long Island Railroad employee. The other thing was you're selling 25-cent hamburgers and it's an $850 a month investment. It's like...
This is a show of what not to do.
That's right, what not to do.
Do not take your eyes off Christ.
And like she's saying, fear sets in and can paralyze us, causing us to make the wrong choices because we said, but that's only a summer business. What are we going to do in the wintertime?
Exactly.
Give me a break. Oh, we won't make any money in the wintertime. What are we going to do? We're talking about Carvel. You know, it's like, hey, you won the lottery. No, that's not enough for me. I want to be over here at $100 billion. We just threw it away. God was saying, you know, and the facts, 2 other attorneys before this had said to us, don't take the hamburger place. Not on your life. Don't go there. Oh, what do they know?
When you take your eyes off of God, you start to see things in your own light.
Right.
And it's not good. It is not good. The choices that you make without God are not good. Opportunities are lost. Well, they are lost.
You see, you pray about it, and then you say, okay, I know what I'm doing. This is what I want. Whoops, well, what did you pray for? I mean...
And God will say, okay, go for it.
And the rest was history.
God will let you have what you want after a while. He'll say, go for it.
Go
Just
for it.
like he did with Peter. He let him start to sink. But the good news is that the minute that Peter said, Lord, save me, he was right there for him. Because Christ is as close as saying his name. And that's the beauty of who our God is, because he wants the relationship with us. He wants to be able to trust us as well as us trusting him. So it's a walk with him day by day.
Jesus reached out his hand and caught and held on to Peter.
That's the part I love. He didn't just catch him for that moment.
No,
he held on to him.
Oh, ye of little faith, why did you doubt me? And I heard that all through my hospital stay, all through the nights of eating peanuts.
God is merciful.
Yes.
Because even though an opportunity is lost, he will bring you through. And, of course, it really depends on us how much you have to go through to finally get the lesson.
That's
right. We learned because he took us, and little by little, he just showed us and took us step by step, until he brought us out of it. Then he put us in a place where we could do the best work of all.
That's right.
Help people.
For him. Because when we keep our eyes on Jesus, fear leaves us, and we become strong in him and can handle our problems with his guidance. And that has been our 46 years. The good news is that even when we make the wrong choices by taking our eyes off of him, he can turn whatever went wrong, I don't care what it is, and make it right. And we've learned that, and we're still learning. You know, it happens every day. We think, oh, made a mistake, screwed up. No. He's always there turning things around for us.
And he forgives.
And it's true that opportunities are lost, but we did find that by trusting him and keeping our eyes on him, he restores fully and creates new opportunities. We've had so many opportunities in 46 years. I just kept my mouth shut and kept my hands out of it and left it to him, and man, did we sail along.
Actually, it's best to just leave it to him, because you may think a door that you're going through is great. Well, it may be a good door, but it's not the best. And he may shut that door. Do not try to open it.
And remember, he does want to be a part of everything we do, from the smallest decision to the big decisions. He wants to be there. He doesn't matter. What color socks am I going to wear today? I remember a doctor, oh, God bless him. He'd get up so early, and he hadn't a clue what color socks he would put on for some reason. He was single, and he couldn't figure out that he was wearing a blue sock and a green sock. And he'd come out, and I'd look down at his feet, and I'd say, hey, Dr. John, you really? And he said, yeah, it was dark. I haven't a clue, and I didn't get him out of the laundry in time, and I was grabbing him.
He wasn't interested in that. He was only interested in taking care of the sick kids.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So God bless him. He was a wonderful doctor.
Oh, yeah. One in a million. We never have to be alone in our distress. Don't take your eyes off of him, no matter what, because he's going to do right by you no matter what. He's right there for you. He died for you. That's the whole point of making sure that you trust him enough to walk on the water.
That he's not going to let you sink. I don't care what your circumstances are around you. He will bring you out, and if you allow him to, he will bring you out with joy in your heart and peace in your soul.
This is a relationship between you and Jesus.
If you like any of these shows, you could go to our website, livingwithvictory.org, and click on the offer button. They are set up for each month that we have recorded them. So if you would like to have us send one to you or to a friend that you think might enjoy it, they are $3 each or 2 for $5, and you could click on the PayPal button there or send us a check. The address is right there on the website. And also, if you want prayer, you can click on the contact button and write to us. We'd be happy to pray with you.
And remember, right now, we don't have a large organization backing us or a large church. We have a grassroots ministry, and you helping us is the way we do what we do. Don't forget, folks, that Fuel for Life campaign is helping the University of Pittsburgh Children's Hospital, Mission Children's Hospital in Asheville, and the Arnold Palmer Children's Hospital in Orlando. So we are serving the children in the sound of our voice to help them to keep going. Remember us, folks, okay? And this is Tony.
And Laureen.
You have a great day, great week. Keep dancing in the rain, because remember, Jesus is your umbrella.
You've been listening to Living with Victory with your hosts, Tony and Laureen Giorgio, who for 30 years have advocated for seriously ill children through Compassion Children's Foundation. Many families who have children that receive daily treatments for their illnesses are extremely challenged to even begin to get their kids the life-saving treatments they need due to current gas prices. Compassion Children's Foundation is there to lend a hand. That is our mission, and you can become a partner in helping. Support for this radio ministry comes from Friends of Compassion and listeners like you. Your tax-deductible donations can be sent to Compassion Children's Foundation, P.O. Box 1982, Maggie Valley, North Carolina, 28751. You can also donate through your PayPal account by logging on to livingwithvictory.org. Tony is available to speak to your group or church members. You can call him at 828-926-4600. Join us again next week at this time for another uplifting story of dancing in the rain. Thanks for listening.